Alright guys, welcome to another episode of K.S.E. Maths Physics Made Easy. Today we're still busy on number 13. This is the second episode of number 13. So now we're gonna do more of the linear or arithmetic number pattern. So we're gonna do an actual question paper so we can practice more. You can pause the screen and try to practice it, or you can just do it with me as I'm about to do it right now. So the question which we given is question 3 from previous paper, November papers actually. So we have this one, grade 11. So we have 3.1, okay, 3.1, which we have the pattern which is given is 5, -5, -9, and -13, like this. The question is already there. You can just pause the screen and just do it and try it on yourself, okay, and answer the questions. It's very simple, it's approachable. So we want us to practice as much as we can so we can get to understand the number pattern and how do they answer it when it comes to, how do they ask questions when it comes to exam purposes. So for example, we have this one. It says question 3, say consider the linear number pattern -5, -9, -13. Okay, let's continue. That's okay. -13. Then the first question says write down the next two terms of the pattern. The next two terms of the pattern. How do we find the next two terms of the pattern? We're just gonna do this. Okay, we're gonna say -9 minus -5, which then we find the difference, which is the difference. So we're gonna say -9 minus -5, which is gonna give us, oh sorry, I have to do it like this, don't forget, this is very important. Do not do it like that, do it like this, negative open bracket -5, like that. This is very important. This is very important. The bracket part is very, very important. Okay, so this and this is gonna give us what? Positive 5. So now we're gonna have plus 5 equal to the difference. So 5 minus 9 is gonna give us what's negative. The difference becomes -4. So now we're gonna have -4. So this minus this is gonna give us what? -4. So we got the difference. That means we can also do this. -4. This plus this has to give us the next term. Okay? This plus this has to give us the next term. So this plus this has to give us the next term. The previous term plus the difference has to give us what? The next term. I hope I make sense with that. So we're going to say -13 plus -4 has to give us what? The next term, which is negative and negative. It's going to give us -17. Then we come back -4. So this plus this has to give us the next term, which is going to give us what? Say it. Negative. Good. Good. Okay, it's going to give us -21. So we're going to get -21. So this is how we find the next term. So our actual next term is going to be what? 3.1.1. It's going to be -17 and -21. I hope you're good. So the next question, 3.1.2, says what? Determine an expression for the nth term. So we're looking for the nth term, the expression of the nth term. Since this is a linear or arithmetic pattern, we can say Tn is equal to a plus open bracket n minus 1 and the difference. So we already found the difference from the previous question because we did calculate the difference. So the first term is what? -5 plus open bracket n minus 1. The difference is going to be -4. -5 plus, sorry, this and this is going to give us -4n. This and this is going to give us plus 4 minus 5 minus 4n plus 4. This and this is going to give us 1, -4n, what is it? Minus 1. Tn is equal to -4 minus 4n minus 1. So this is what we have. So now we're going to move on. This is our expression. We already did that one. So next we're going to do the 3.1.3. Calculate the value of n for which Tn is equal to -141. Okay, 1 4 negative 1 4 1. So the hint there is that they gave you Tn. So we're gonna say Tn is equal to negative 1 4 1. So we're gonna substitute negative 1 4 1 equal to the expression or the equation we found at the previous question. We say negative 4n minus 1, like this. Then we're gonna transpose this to the other side, whereby it's gonna be positive. Then we're gonna be left with 1 4 0 equal to negative 4n, like this. So when you do divide, what is it that we're gonna get? We're gonna get, so we're gonna divide by negative 4 both side and negative 4 both side. So n is equal to, so for here, so n is equal to what? Is equal to 35. Am I right? Let me see. Yeah, it is 35. So it's equal to 35, like this. So now we did what? We found the position of what? Of the actual term, negative 1 4 1. So we found the position, which is, this is the position, but this is the actual term. Cool. Let's move on to the next part. I think if we practice more and we understand this more, we can do the most complex questions. Like the next question, now question 3, another question 3. We still on linear pattern or arithmetic pattern. You can pause the video if you want to copy the question, so you can do it by yourself and see if you're gonna get the same results as me. Okay, the question says, given the linear number pattern, which is 17, 14, 11, then they gave us this, okay, negative 247, negative 247, okay. When you see something like this, when you see a number which they give you a series or a pattern like 17, 14, 11, then they put this, okay, like dot dot dot, then they put a comma, then they put this. This stands for the last term, meaning this is the last term of the pattern. This becomes our last term of the pattern. It's our last term of the pattern. I hope I'm good with that. Meaning now we can move on to the next question. The question says what? It says 3.3.1, same format of asking question in the exams for grade 11. The format is just, you have to know the basic. If you know the basic, you're gonna be good when it comes to number pattern. So number pattern is very easy, it's doable, and it's having a lot of marks when it comes to your examinations. You're gonna see it's gonna get a bit complex when you're in grade 12. We're gonna add sigma and the sum. Okay, let's do this one. It says write down the fourth and the fifth terms of the number pattern. So we have the first, the second, and the third. So meaning which we can find the fourth and what and the fifth term. So how can we do that? We have to find the difference first, which is our D. This and this, what is it that we're gonna get? For 14 minus 17, we're gonna get what? Negative. Say it. Negative 3. So we're gonna get negative 3, negative 3. So meaning if we want to find the next two terms, we have to add the previous and the difference so we can get the next term. So 11 plus negative 3 is gonna give us what? 11 minus 3. Instead, 11 minus 3 is gonna give us, it's going to give us 8, correct? But so the next one is going to give us what? Negative 3. Don't forget the difference doesn't change. It's always going to be common. So we're going to say 8 minus 3 is going to give us what? 5. So meaning our next two term is what? It's 8 and 5. So that's the 2 marks. That's where you're going to get the 2 marks. So the next question, 3.1.2, says determine the general term, Tn, of the number pattern. So we have to keep that in mind, which we have to determine the general term. So the general term we're going to use, since this is a linear, say Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 and the difference, like this. So we're going to have a stands for what? For the first term. So a is 17 n minus 1, and the difference is what? It's negative 3. So we're going to come back to this 17. This multiplied by this, we can get negative n. This multiplied by this, we're going to get plus 3. So we're going to have this multiplied plus this is going to give us 20. So we're going to get negative 3 plus 20. So Tn is equal to this. Then the next question says what? 1.3 says calculate the value of term number 17. So we're looking for term number 17. So T17, where there's an n, we're going to substitute what? 17. So we're looking for T17, negative 3, open bracket 17 plus 20 equal to this multiplied by this, and give us what? Give us negative 31. So term number 17 is equal to 31. So this is what we're gonna get. So let's check on the next question. The next question says what? Determine the number of the terms in the pattern. Since we have the last term, now we can be able to determine how many terms do we have. So because we have what? The last term. So we're gonna say 3.3.1.4. We're looking for the number of terms of the pattern, okay, of the sequence. So we're gonna say T n, then the nth term we solved, which is plus 20. So our last term is what? Negative 247 minus n plus 20. Transpose this to the other side, we're gonna get negative 20, which we're gonna get negative 67 equal to negative, and then we're gonna divide that and then see what is it that we're gonna get. We're gonna say negative, okay, we're gonna say negative 267 divided by negative, okay, divided by negative 3, which is gonna give us what? Negative 3 this side, negative 3 this side, n is equal to 89. So we have 89 terms. That means we have 89 terms. So this is our last question. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.